its logos for Ability First, Measuring Up, 2010 Legacies Now, and Beautiful British Columbia. Introduction. Powell River's Measuring Up Committee for Accessibility and Inclusion hosted a lunchtime employment fair on May 26, 2009 at our local recreation complex. We named it Ability First. The free event aimed to bring together the many service providers with employers and the general public to help increase the rate of employment for persons with disabilities by 10% by the year 2010. This gathering and the website prability.org were funded through a grant from the Vancouver Foundation.
I would like to introduce Joyce Carlson to come up and tell you a bit about the Measuring Up Committee.
The committee was struck in 2005. It happened after a visit to Powell River by Mike Harcourt, a former premier of the province, who now lives his life with a disability after suffering an accident. And we immediately, our Spirit Committee, said, if there's something that we can do, we'd like to be a pilot project and try to move this process along. At that point, we presented to the World Urban Forum. Our Mayor, Stuart Elsgaard, was there, Mayor Sam Sullivan, and we talked about accessibility and inclusivity. That was in June 2006. And our committee has been quietly working in the background, doing what we can to make sure that our community is indeed accessible for all its citizens.
My name is Laurie Marshall. I work for Model Community Project Assisted Employment Program. Well, I want to just talk about a couple things today. One thing is we don't need to know everything. There's lots of organizations out there, organizations for every type of disability you can think of. There's lots of information, there's grants, there's subsidies, there's funds for making your businesses accessible, there's training subsidies, there's all kinds of information. There's a website that's being launched in conjunction with this event that you'll find useful. And the other thing I wanted to say is that we need to know that our businesses are accessible. Not that we can get in the door, but that we can shop and that we can, come into your business.
Hello, my name is Laura Bradshaw, and Powell River is my hometown.
What brought me out here today was wanting to stay in my hometown. I've been here for 40 years. I'm in a fourth generation house for my grandparents, and I'd really like to stay, but without accessibility, including accessibility to the hospitals here and the information that's needed, I might have to move out of town because I don't have that accessibility here that I have in the city. Getting out and having this all open in the public and having people talk about it. And having people talk about it means there's going to be a change, or at least a difference in this town. And if we can make that little bit of a difference for people in the community, I think it's going to make all the difference in the world.
We had a lot of people. That's quite the show up, and I was quite surprised. And we had a diverse disability group, and people with disabilities that showed up to the event, which was nice. I always say to myself, yes, we're all going to have barriers to employment, but we can also work together to remove those barriers, the employer, the client, and everybody involved.
I don't know how many people of you have experienced, for example, that there are accessible washrooms that are really great, and then you're in, and you can't close the door anymore because your wheelchair is blocking. Yes. Yes, so it's just thinking about the space people actually need to move around. It's nice entering a place, but also turning around. So it's nice that if you can see an object, but if you can reach for it and grab it, that would be great.
I'm Connie Coleman-Town, and I'm the Program Coordinator for Employment Services for PRACO. Jenna can't hear me. Jenna back there is the Program Coordinator for Steps to Employment, which is a youth service for youth 15 to 30 to support them into learning about what work is about, and I deal with adult services. Today I'm going to introduce Dave Tessman because recently Powell River Safeway was awarded the WOW Award by Community Living BC. WOW stands for Widening Our World. This award was given for their exceptional contribution towards ensuring community inclusion for the individuals Community Living BC supports. Initially, when I first approached Safeway and hiring someone with a disability, a developmental disability, it was in 2000, and they came on board, and I said that the person that I was placing would maybe require 6 hours a week of work, and today they've gone beyond what we've expected and are working 40 hours, up to 40 hours a week with Safeway.
My name is Dave Tessman. I'm the local Safeway store manager. I want to say a thank you to, first of all, the employees. We try our best to hire from the community, and that range includes people with disabilities. They are interviewed and given the same job requirements as anybody else would be off the street. Challenges that we have in the store now, we have learning disabilities, we have hearing impairment, we have physical impairments, and all these things have to be factored into your job and maybe tailor the job a little bit toward that person so that they succeed. We discuss the abilities of that person. They will disclose what their disabilities are, then we'll talk about what their abilities are. What do they want to do? How do they want to succeed? And Safeway will do our best to tailor our needs so that they will succeed, because that's good for them, good for us. It's a win-win situation.
Actually, we're all on the same page. Disabilities come in all different varieties, of course. There's mobility, developmental, visual, and other disabilities. And we're all trying to get our community to be a more inclusive workforce. I think that the employers have been more than welcoming and have opened their doors to lots of different job opportunities. I think more can be done. I still think we're trying to figure it all out, and I'm enjoying the ride, and I'm going to enjoy seeing what else is going to happen in the future, where maybe I don't have a job because employers will just naturally include people with disabilities.
My name is Lynn Adamson. I'm the program director at CareerLink, which is an employment assistance service agency here in Powell River. Employment is for many people in our society, not everyone, but for many people, employment is what gives them their value. Not just their income, but their reason for why they get up in the morning and do what they do. And also their social life. For many people, the people that they hang out with, the friends that they have, the events that they go to are spurred because of the people they met in a workplace. So for people who don't have employment, they miss out on a lot of those opportunities, or might miss out on those opportunities. And so it's more than just a paycheck. It's around helping a person be whole and contribute the things that they have to contribute.
My name is Joyce Carlson, and I chair the Measuring Up Committee. I enjoyed seeing people interacting and to see that newcomers to the community were gaining some information, and also to see the response from people who attended with disabilities and their way of approaching people. It was great for me to see that happen.